What's up you guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at a game which is a recent pickup for me called Truck Driver on the Xbox One originally, but they were going to be playing on the Xbox Series X today. So originally I played this game on the PS4 and that was a couple of years ago now. It's had a few updates since then, and what sparked this game and what made me think about picking it up again was I recently picked up a game called On the Road, which is a digital only release for the Xbox. I believe there's a physical release for the PlayStation, but yeah, I played that game and it was really poorly made. I really feel like they do need to do quite a few updates to that game, and I don't know whether they'll ever get it fully off the ground. But in terms of truck driving simulators, obviously there's Euro Truck Simulator 1 and 2 and the American Truck Simulator as well, but this is the closest thing that you're going to get to those games on the console. So let's jump right into this one. We'll start a new game and get this thing underway. So there has been a few updates to this game, so graphically it looks far better than what it has looked previously. There's quite a few options as well for changing your graphic settings. So we'll just jump straight in with this guy. It seems a little bit odd that there's only 4 different options on the characters to start off with, but here we go. So we start off with your uncle kind of giving you an introduction to the trucking business and what we can do. So basically, let's have a quick look through this. So it's a short introduction. We sort of have this text message conversation where we can go back and forth. And so the first thing we're going to do is start the engine, if we can just get out of here. So in order to do that, we can either open the wheel, which gives us a variety of options, including things like hazard lights, warning lights in this instance, cruise control. We can switch camera, put the wipers on, we could signal, we can put the low beam, the high beam, or we can start the engine. We can also press down on the D-pad to do this as well, but let's just go ahead and do this right now. So it's also telling us that we can accelerate, brake and steer. As you can hear, we just set off. As you can hear, the sound from inside the cab is like, the engine sounds just like a very quiet hum. It's quite nice to listen to. We'll stick the indicator on. I don't know why we'll squeeze out in front of you, sorry mate. I don't know why we were beeping there. It was as if we were reversing, but we certainly weren't reversing. We had just hit the brake button. Let's have a look. So we're going in here. What does he have for us now? So we're going to find the park trailer. So let's just swing this in here. Try not to cause an accident. We'll try and do this from within the cab, although there is other views that you can take as well. And just on the mirror here, maybe a bit off there. Yeah, I think we're a bit too far across. See if we can line this up a bit better. Is that going to be better? There we go, connect trailer. So we're going to take this trailer to Westerhaven, wherever that is. Let's swing this thing round. So I think we can go back out this way. Get the old indicator on again. Oh dear. I needed to allow a little bit more space to swing it round there. If we take a look from the outside, we can also zoom out a little bit further, or we can use a sort of top-down view, a sort of GTA 1 view, which is a good one. I'm sure this view will assist greatly when it comes to parking, and then there's a sort of view where you don't have the cockpit, and then a sort of further down to the ground view just against the road, but we'll try and keep it in the truck here for a little bit of role playing. Let's see if we can swing this around this corner correctly this time. There we go. So when we're rolling as well like this, the speed limit here is 20 mph, so we can engage the cruise control even though we're breaking the speed limit. I'll keep it like that. Let's get us round here. Okay, let's get us up to 50 mile an hour. So when you press the cruise control on, you're pressing up on the D-pad. If you get confused and you press down on the D-pad, it will switch the engine off, which is a little, oopsie-daisy, is a little bit tricky. Let's have a look. We'll try and keep this thing on the road, eh? Nearly ran off there at one point. It's kind of weird on the joypad, to be fair, on the controller. I think it would certainly... Oh dear. Well, that's what happens when you're trying to talk and not paying attention. We've already been fined £250. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it, guys? I mean, it can happen. We were flying along there. I was trying to, show you guys how to push things to the speed limit, and this is what happens. As you can see, the graphics are quite nice. I mean, I might try and show you a clip of on the road, but I don't even think I've got a clip kicking around. It's the only game that I've requested a refund for on the basis of it not being up to par. And I did say, in the email, in the request that I sent, that I didn't think the game was finished. It's just a mess. I mean, it's horrible. But try not to focus too much on that one. This is a very good example of a console game, a console truck simulation game, which isn't quite of the scope of Euro Truck or American Truck Simulator. The area that we actually play in is a lot smaller, but at least you have some of the feel of Euro Truck, and I think that's really important. They've done a lot to sort of get the AI cars should I say, moving as they should, and there's a lot more different vehicles on the road now. I understand as you sort of explore and get going, there's trucks on the road as well now, and that wasn't a thing in the past. The 3 graphics modes that are available, you can sort of favour graphics, which I think is a combination of things, sort of effects and whatever. We've actually currently got it set to favouring resolution, which gives this sort of nice clarity to everything. Let's see if we can get in here. Or you can favour performance, which does boost the frame rate up to around, it must be around about 60 frames per second. Very smooth, but unfortunately you do have some jaggies as a result of that. Sort of going back to the N64 graphics. Just joking. But basically, yeah, I think this resolution mode it's a good option on the next gen consoles, as far as what I can see so far. So we've got parked here, we're on 100% accuracy, which is nice. So we'll detach. Oh, we need to switch the engine off first. So we'll do that on the D-pad. Are we off? There we go. Mission complete. So we've got £250, which has obviously gone and paid our fine. Try not to do that in the future, eh? But let's have a look. So we're having another conversation with Uncle. It's a shame you can't just sort of press A and skip through all this stuff. But yeah, it is a case of just waiting for the conversation. So we can use money to buy trucks and parts from the garage. We can use experience points to level up any passives. Let's have a look. So how do we do that? So it's a case of, I believe he's going to tell us to go into the in-game menu and navigate to the passive screens. So let's do this now. Come on, Uncle. There we go. So we'll do the in-game menu. And so this tells us what our missions are, requirements, etc. Okay, so we've got 250 XP, and I believe, what can we unlock? Can we unlock anything? I thought, oh, here we are, look, so we can unlock all motion driver. Not too sure what that means. But in order, if we do this, we receive a bonus percentage for rewarded money. So let's go ahead and unlock that one. You receive a bonus of 1% for rewarded money. That sounds good. More money is always a good thing. It means we can get, we can start buying new trucks and stuff. Okay, so we'll do the next couple of things. So we need to get fuel. So it does say there, if you do run out of gas, as they call it here, then it will mean that we could lose job progress as a result, which isn't good, which obviously means loss of money and loss of XP as well. So we'll follow the sat nav and crack onto our fuel station. Start the engine first. Right, so we'll swing this thing round. Let's see if we can get round here in one go. Okay, cool, so we've done that. Right, let's follow the directions on the sat nav. So, yeah, we'll just follow this round here. Okay. Oh, where did that van come from? That just seemed to spawn in. Maybe it was there all along. So these guys drive pretty slow, don't they? Let's see if we can pull a swift overtake here. You might notice that I'm a little bit reckless when it comes to driving. Yeah, but the game allows for it. I mean, we're breaking the speed limit, which isn't obviously a good thing. We could get a fine for that. But I'm just trying to give you a quick look, really. I mean, we might turn this into a bit of a mini-series. I can't see us doing like a full playthrough. But I think a couple of episodes of doing a few missions and things like that might be a good shout. So we'll pull up here. So I know we've got to switch the engine off. We'll put the parking brake on as well. And then it's just a case of holding Y to refuel. So if you look in the bottom right hand corner, you can see our fuel going in. We want to get this thing filled up to the top. There we go, nice one. Right, so we're ready to get on with it. So he's saying, calm down, we must be feeling tired. So we can fall asleep at the wheel if we don't get enough sleep. So we need to make sure that we are getting enough rest in order to be prepared for our jobs. So let's get on with this. So he's saying he's sending us now a notification on the sat nav of where we can go to get some sleep. So let's start the engine up. And I'll tell you what we'll do here, just because it's a little bit difficult to see. I just want to double check just to see where we're going. So we're facing that direction and it's telling us to go that way just in order to turn around. So let's be smart here. We'll see if we can back up a bit. Switch the indicator off. I'll tell you what we'll do, we'll just swing this thing around, and in order to do that we'll pull through here and then we'll just turn this way like this. So let's have a look. Right, there's nothing coming. Our window's a little bit dirty there. I wonder if we can do something to get that cleaned up. But what's our speed limit? 20. Okay, let's ease back. Oh, see, switch the engine off instead of engaging cruise control. I'm sure that's not going to be the last time that we do that. But there we go, cruise control on. As you can see, the water effect's quite nice. Scenery's looking good. Let's see if we can speed up to 20 and get the cruise control on, because we're going pretty slow. Let's see if we can nail it. Oh, nearly. Okay, let's leave it at 19 then. We'll just have a little cruise along here. So yeah, I mean, as far as I'm good, they've done a great job at getting the scenery looking good. I mean, these games, when they're made sort of on a tight budget, often don't get things like this right. This game is a couple of years old now. It'd be great to see what they do with a new game, to be fair, whether they make it sort of more like Euro Truck sort of style. Obviously the PC, with all of its performance power and all of the graphics abilities on hand, is a much better option for games like this, generally speaking. But I can't say that they've done a bad job with this game. I mean, it is kind of cool, and I mean, I've got frustrations with the UI in terms of the way you talk to your uncle on the text message, but it's not the worst thing. And once you get going, those text messages do become sort of less frequent. So we've got a 30 mile an hour speed limit. and we're going straight on here. And we are pretty close to the truck park here. Do have a couple of cars. The other thing to mention with this game is when we go and look at the graph, it's going on the brakes. When you do see the garage and the vehicles on hand, you'll notice that the manufacturers, I believe, there's no official manufacturers on there. As where with on the road, they managed to get the official manufacturers like Scania and MAN. I don't know how they did that, to be fair, but you know, the good thing about this game is at least it feels more realistic, it looks more realistic. So this is what we'll do here, guys. We'll park up and we will engage the parking brake. We will switch off the engine. And before we hit sleep, I think this is where we'll round up this episode. I want to say thanks so much for coming through today, guys. I really appreciate you checking out this video. If you enjoyed it and you want to see more videos like this, please do subscribe to the channel and leave me a like. You have no idea how much it helps this channel. I want to say thanks for coming through, and I'll catch you again next time.